Hello बच्चों, let's see passage 1. Passage 1 talks about the essentials of valid Muslim marriage, Sahih, as are follows. Proposal and acceptance. In a Muslim marriage, proposal is referred to as ijab and acceptance of the same is qubul. A proposal should be made by or on behalf of one party and the same should be accepted by the other party. Soundness of mind. At the time of marriage, both the parties should be of sound mind. A person of unsound mind has no capacity to enter into a contract, and in the eyes of laws, his consent will be considered to as no consent. So अभी तक हमने दो situations पढ़ लिए. पहला है proposal and acceptance. Proposal and acceptance के अलावा हमने पढ़ी है soundness of mind. Okay, and for the soundness of mind, if a person having unsound mind gives the consent, it will be considered as no consent. Unsoundness, अब साउंडनेस ऑफ माइंड पढ़ लिया तो अब अनसाउंडनेस कैसे जज करते हैं. तो हम अनसाउंडनेस दो चीज के बेसिस में जज करते हैं. पहला है इडियोसी, दूसरा है ल्यूनेसी. Idiocy refers to a completely abnormal state of mind. Person belonging to this category incompetent to contract. अब जो person idiocy के अंदर आता है वो incompetent to contract होता है already. अब lunacy क्या होती है? Lunacy it refers to a curable mental disease. ये कैसा mental disease होता है? ये एक टाइप का curable mental disease होता है. A lunatic person can either can enter into a contract in the time interval in which he behaves as a sane person. तो lunacy का मतलब बेसिकली क्या होता है कि एक पर्सन है, उसको एक अनसाउंडनेस ऑफ माइंड हुई है, बट वो एक क्यूरेबल अनसाउंडनेस ऑफ माइंड है. तो वो कुछ कुछ इंटरवल्स पे अगर अनसाउंड होता है, तो जो इंटरवल्स पे वो साउंड रहता है, उन इंटरवल्स पे अगर उसने कंसेंट दिया है, तो ऐसे टाइम पे वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करने के लिए फिट है. व्हाट इज डोअर? डोअर एक another type of essential है. Dowry refers to as meher. It refers to the amount of money or other property which the bridegroom has to give to the bride as a consideration of marriage. Read this carefully. This says कि ये या तो amount of money होती है या property जो bridegroom मतलब जो male है वो gives it to the female, that is the bride, as a consideration for marriage. तो इसमें ये पूरा प्रॉपर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है, तो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में कंसिडरेशन होना भी जरूरी है. सो ये जो प्रॉपर्टी या मनी होती है वो एज अ कंसिडरेशन टू मैरिज एक्ट करती है. इट्स ऑब्जेक्ट इज टू ऑफर द ब्राइड अ सेंस ऑफ फाइनेंशियल सिक्योरिटी विद इन एंड आफ्टर द टर्मिनेशन ऑफ मैरिज. इन द केस ऑफ, अब केस हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं नसरा बेगम वर्सेस रिजवान अली का. ये इलाहाबाद हाई कोर्ट का केस है. इट वाज हेल्ड दैट द right to meher comes into the existence before cohabitation. The court also concluded that if a wife is minor, her guardians can refuse to send to her husband until payment of dower, and if she is in her husband's custody, then she can also be brought back. This is an important point which was held in the case of Nasra Begum versus Rizwan Ali. अब मैरिज ड्यूरिंग इद्दत पीरियड की बात की गई. अब इद्दत पीरियड क्या होता है? इट इज referred to as a period of waiting after the death of her husband or after the termination of marriage during which she cannot remarry. तो अब मुस्लिम लॉ में क्या होता है? एक पीरियड होता है, एक स्पेसिफाइड पीरियड है जो इफ योर हस्बैंड इज डेथ या तो तुम्हारी टर्मिनेशन हो गई मैरिज की, तो उसके बाद तुम्हें एक पीरियड के लिए रुकना पड़ता है बिफोर यू रीमैरी. तो उस पीरियड को बोलते हैं इद्दत पीरियड. The purpose of the iddat is to check whether the woman is pregnant or not, to clear doubts of paternity of any child born. A divorced woman has to observe for a period of 3 months, whereas a widow observes it for 4 lunar months and 10 days after the death of her husband. तो दोनों के लिए क्राइटेरिया अलग है. अगर एक विमेन जो है जिसका डाइवोर्स हुआ है तो उसको सिर्फ 3 महीने रुकने की जरूरत है, वेयर एज अ विडो शुड वेट फॉर 4 lunar months and 10 days. If the woman is pregnant, and then if extends up to her delivery. Under Sunni law, marriage during iddat is considered irregular, whereas Shia law is considered as void. Let's see the questions. Question number 1 says Amina and Farid had decided to get married. Amina's family proposes the marriage and Farid accepts. However, Amina has been diagnosed with a curable mental illness. What is the legal status of the proposed marriage? अब क्वेश्चन में ध्यान दो कि क्वेश्चन बोले कि curable mental illness जो है वो डायग्नोस हुई है अमीना को. लेट्स सी द ऑप्शंस. द मैरिज इज वॉइड the marriage is valid since Amina's illness is curable. बट हमें क्वेश्चन में क्या पूछा है, हमें क्वेश्चन में पूछा है कि जब वो प्रपोज हुआ है मैरिज, तब लीगल स्टेटस क्या है उस प्रपोज्ड मैरिज का। तो इसमें तो मैरिज की डायरेक्ट बात कर रही है, तो अभी हमें मैरिज पर से के लिए सवाल तो पूछा नहीं है, सो दिस इज अ रॉन्ग ऑप्शन। लेट्स सी ऑप्शन नंबर बी दैट टॉक्स अबाउट द मैरिज इज इनवैलिड ड्यू टू अमीनाज अनसाउंड माइंड। इनवैलिड तो नहीं होगी क्योंकि जो उसकी मेंटल illness है वो curable mental illness, and we have read in the passage curable mental illness में a person can give consent. C says the marriage is valid if Amina's mental illness does not affect her understanding at the time of the proposal and acceptance. ये emphasis डाल रहा है proposal and acceptance में, and it also says कि mental illness जो है उससे affect नहीं हुई है उसकी understanding उस वक्त पे, मतलब ऑल्दो क्यूरेबल है बट उस वक्त पे उसका साउंड होना बहुत जरूरी है जब मैरिज प्रपोज हुई और उसने एक्सेप्ट किया। सो दिस इज द राइट ऑप्शन। लेट्स सी ऑप्शन नंबर डी दैट टॉक्स अबाउट द मैरिज इज valid but Amina's consent is not required due to her mental illness. This is a wrong option. Let's see question number 2. Question number 2 talks about Zara and Ahmed are about to enter into a Muslim marriage. Zara's family require Ahmed to provide a significant amount of money as a gift to Zara as a condition for the marriage to proceed. What is the gift called and what is its purpose? तो हमें ये बताना है बेसिकली जो ये गिफ्ट मनी को एज अ गिफ्ट मांग रहे हैं ज़ारा मतलब फीमेल के घर वाले, तो उसको हम किस नाम से बोलते हैं, उसका पर्पस क्या होता है। लेट्स रीड दिस। ऑप्शन नंबर ए सेज इट इज कॉल्ड निकाह एंड सिग्निफाइज द मैरिज कॉन्ट्रैक्ट। निकाह इज द मैरिज not the money received, so this is a wrong option. Option number B says it is called meher and symbolizes the groom's commitment to financial security of the bride. This is the right option. This is a straightforward answer that we have already read in the passage. Third, C option says it is vakil and serves as a legal guardian acceptance to the marriage. This is a wrong option. Option number D says it is iddat and ensures a waiting period during the marriage is before the marriage is consummated. Again a wrong option. Let's see question number 3 that talks about after the death of her husband, Alicia is in a waiting period called iddat. During this time she is discovered to be pregnant. How will her waiting period be affected? तो एक इद्दत पीरियड वेट करना होता है, दैट वी हैव रेड, एंड दैट इज affected if the woman is pregnant during the iddat period. So how is that affected, वो हमें बताना है। Let's see the options. Option number A says the waiting period will extend until the child is born. This is the right option because we have already read in the passage कि अगर iddat period के during में women pregnant discover होती है तो that iddat period extends till the child is born. Option number B says waiting period will be shortened due to the pregnancy. This is opposite to what is correct. Option number C says the waiting period will be temporarily suspended. Again a wrong answer. Option number D says waiting period will continue as originally stipulated. No pregnancy will affect the waiting period. Let's see the fourth question. Yasir proposes to Amira and she accepts. However, Amira is a minor and her parents are her legal guardians. They demand the dower meher to be paid in full before allowing the marriage to take place. How does Islamic law view this situation? तो हमें ये बताना है कि जो अमीरा है वो एक माइनर है, तो उसके मेहर का पेमेंट उसके गार्डियंस लेंगे। तो इस व्यू में इस्लामिक लॉ क्या बोलता है। लेट्स सी द ऑप्शंस। ऑप्शन नंबर ए सेज द डॉर पेमेंट इज नॉट नेसेसरी फॉर द मैरिज इन्वॉल्विंग माइनर्स। हमने ऑलरेडी पैसेज में पढ़ा है कि डॉर पेमेंट इज इम्पॉर्टेंट एंड व्हेन इट इन्वॉल्व्स माइनर द गार्डियंस हैव फुल अथॉरिटी टू टेक द डॉर एंड नॉट let the bride stay with groom until the dower or meher is paid. So this is a wrong option. Let's see option number B. The dower payment should be made after the marriage ceremony. This is also a wrong option because for the fulfillment of the contract of marriage under Islamic law, the payment of dower that is considered as a consideration should be done while the contract is being executed and not after it. That is before the marriage and not after it. So this is also a wrong option. Let's see option number C. The marriage can't take place until the dower paid, even if Amira's parents demand it. This is a right option because we have already read in the passage that door is considered as a consideration which is essential for the making of the contract of marriage. Option number D says the door payment is only applicable when both parties are of legal age. This is a wrong option. Let's see question number 5. Ali and Fatima were married under Shia law. After the marriage is discovered, that their marriage took place during Fatima's waiting period iddat following a divorce. How does Shia law view such marriage? If the marriage takes place during the iddat period, the Shia and Sunni both the laws views this in different view. One views it as a void marriage, another views it as a irregular marriage. सो वी हैव टू डिसाइड कि शिया लॉ के अंडर इस मैरिज को कैसे ट्रीट किया जाएगा. Let's read the option. Option number A says the marriage is considered valid but Fatima must continue her iddat. This is absolutely wrong option. Option number B says the marriage is null and void according to Shia law. This is the right option. We have read this in the passage itself that according to Shia law, if a marriage takes place before the iddat period has ended, then such marriage is considered as void in the eyes of Shia law because it defeats the very purpose of the iddat period, that is to check if whether the woman is pregnant or not and to decide the paternity of the child. Option number C says marriage is irregular and requires the fresh proposal and acceptance. This is also wrong because the marriage is invalid, null, it is void. D says marriage is allowed but the waiting period must be extended. Again a wrong option. I hope the passage was understandable to all of you. Keep studying and all the very best.